Johannesburg is the biggest metro in terms of population. Reporter Nickolaus Bauer has been roving the city today. He is in Joburg Park in central Johannesburg. Nick, you'll tell us that it's fairly cold as the sun is now set, and those lines that we've seen during the course of the day, I imagine, have started to shorten.
Indeed, Jeremy, as soon as the sun has started to drop, the temperatures have also decided to drop as well. And you are indeed correct. This line, or at least mass of people that you're seeing behind me here, not a very big mass by any stretch of the imagination, is what's left at South Africa's biggest voting station. Out of 22,000 or over 22,000 voting stations nationwide, Joburg Park is by far the biggest. There's over 13,000 registered voters here. Speaking to the presiding officer about an hour ago, he couldn't tell me how many people have cast their ballots here today, but he said that things have gone off without any hitches. And now there's been of irregularities, problems with scanners, problems with ballot papers, as well as people voting out in the open. But by and large, it seems as though voting in the Johannesburg metro has gone off without a hitch. We went and visited the polling station that Musi Maimani cast his ballot at this morning, Allen Glen High School on the West Strand in Allen's Neck. There was no problems there whatsoever. To a couple of other voting stations on the West Rand, one in Rudaport next to Westgate, and then one in Discovery where there was allegations of problems with a voting scanner. When we arrived, though, it seemed as though everything was going relatively smoothly. And I have to say that all voting stations that we did manage to get to today, some 13 in total, in and around the Johannesburg metro and Johannesburg city centre, voting was going very smoothly, and nobody was waiting really longer than anything about that about 10 minutes to cast their ballot, Jeremy.
And as you toured these voting stations, I'm also assuming that voter sentiment was on the positive side. The sense I was getting from the stations I visited is that people were happy if they had to stand in a long queue and exercise their right to vote.
Well, indeed. I mean, every single person that I spoke to was in extremely high spirits, very, very jovial about exercising their democratic right to vote in this municipal election. And indeed, even the people that were waiting a little bit longer at Allen Glen High School at about 8 a.m. this morning, they were doing it with a smile on their face. Everybody very, very happy about being inked, getting inked, and making their voice heard in this municipal election. And I have to say that, Jeremy, all of the people that we've encountered, from the IEC parties on the ground, everybody has been very collegial. There's not been any problems that I've encountered in any voting stations that I've come across in and around Johannesburg Metro. And we wait with bated breath to see what happens in the City of Gold.